Hi everyone at Pilates Anytime. My name is Trina Altman and I live in Los Angeles. I'm here with my friend and fellow Pilates instructor, Dane. He's also my dance teacher and he's going to be my student today. And we're really lucky to be here at the moving joint because there's a skeleton. And I know for me, one of the hardest things to do when I first learned Pilates was to understand the underlayer of movement and visualize what was happening inside my body. So let's just take a quick little look. You have a rib cage, and this is kind of sort of what it looks like. This is what this man's rib cage looks like. And then here's a pelvis. It consists of these two ilium bones. You have your spine. From the back, between your ilium bones, you have a sacrum and a tailbone. And the gist of these 5 exercises, called the series of 5, is all about lumbopelvic stability. So stabilizing your pelvis and your lumbar region. And that's mostly happening in an imprint in the series of 5. The other thing that's happening a lot, in fact in all 5 of the exercises, is thoracic flexion, meaning your thorax, your rib cage spine, so T1 through 12, you're having to lift that off the ground against gravity for a very long time, especially if you don't take breaks in between. And then the last thing I think that's important to know and be able to see so you can embody this concept of understanding the underlayer while you're moving is the Scapulothoracic Joint. That's fancy talk for where your scapula meets your thorax. So you have 2 shoulder blades and they interact and slide all around on your rib cage. And we're working on stabilization here of the scapula on the thorax in all of these exercises. The last thing is there is Criss Cross, which involves some rotation of the thorax while you're in flexion. So I think that's just a good amount of imagery to give to you that you can picture what's happening underneath the skin as we move through all 5 of these exercises. Okay, we're going to start with the single leg stretch. So Dane, go ahead and exhale as you curl up into thoracic flexion and bring both of your legs to tabletop. And then let's extend the left leg out long on the mat. You're going to take your right hand to the outside of your ankle, your left hand to the top of the knee. And from here, he's just going to switch as I cue the breath. So it's an exhale as he reaches the leg out long, inhale to switch. Exhale to reach, inhale as he switches. And I love this thing that I learned from Diane Severino, where she says, think of C-3PO in Star Wars. And you're just moving your arms this much because the arms can be really confusing on this exercise. Good, last one, each side, really anchoring through the stability at the scapulothoracic joint and rest. All right, double leg stretch. Dane's gonna go ahead and exhale to curl up into thoracic flexion. He's gonna place his hands on his shins, getting again that connection into the scapula. As he inhales, he'll internally rotate, reach the arms overhead, and then exhale as he circles back around. It's an inhale to reach out and lengthen, and an exhale to hug back in. His arms are so long, I'm scooching back. Last time, I love this variation, again, that I learned from Diane Severino. And then one more. I know I said last time, but he's having so much fun. Exhale it back, and then just lowering down. Single straight leg stretch. On an exhale, go ahead and curl up, head, neck, and shoulders, and then reach your legs up towards the sky. Take your hands and grab around your calves or your ankles. Dane's pretty flexible, so he can grab up high. And then let your left leg reach out long as you pulse the right thigh and leg in. He's gonna switch in mid-air. And you can see how he's got the shoulders away from his ears. His shoulder blades are lifted off of the ground. He's in this cervical flexion, so there's not too much stress in his neck. Nice, let's go for 2 more, but just shifting your gaze down towards your belly, and you'll see that might get some of the superficial neck flexors to turn off and more the deep neck flexors to turn on, and rest. Double straight leg stretch or lower and lift. Dane's gonna start by curling up, head, neck, and shoulders, and reaching the legs straight up towards the sky. Let's do a little external rotation Pilates V, and then basket your skull. It's an inhale, he's gonna lower the legs only as far as he can maintain the imprint, and then exhale to come back up. It's an inhale to lower, beautiful, and an exhale to lift. And then let's play with scaption. So all that means is he's gonna bring his elbows slightly forward so that the humerus is centrated in the glenoid, which may give him a little more connection from the shoulder girdle into, he does, I can see him, his upper rectus and obliques. Good, last time, getting that wrap around with the rotator cuff of the hips, external rotators, and last time, curl up, and rest. Last exercise, Criss Cross. Let's start again in the rib curl. Excellent, legs are in tabletop. Go ahead and extend your left leg low and long with the maintaining of your imprint, and basket your skull. And we'll do that happy medium. So rather than elbows winging back, he's gonna protract and depress a little bit to get the connection of his serratus. Then he'll rotate his thoracic spine. Elbow to knee is one way of thinking about it. And then inhale through center. Switch the legs. Reach that right leg low and long. You can see how he's connecting into the glute hamstring. And switch. So as he just keeps switching and switching, I get to talk about all the details. But you can see how beautifully he's staying in the thoracic flexion. The tendency is just to kind of roll from shoulder to shoulder, and there's a little bit of that has to happen. But you know, you want to keep the lift. Last one, each side, and there's this lovely connection, left rib to right ASIS, beautiful, and done. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing back from you at Pilates anytime.